Hello, everybody, and welcome to Non Sequitur News for February 13th, February 12th, 2025. Wow. It's season 4, episode 43. I'm Mayor Watt, and I run ohmtown.com, and along with the sentient AI from the future, we're going to be talking about these 10 articles today. They're already in the description for the live stream, and you can get them by typing in pound NSN or not pound, exclamation point NSN. Been doing this for 4 seasons now, and I still don't get it right. Anyway, if you're in the chat over on Twitch, we also stream to YouTube at the same time. So we're going to talk about these 10 articles. Elden Ring Nightreign, solar cells made recyclable, a remote boat from Yamaha, Sonic Racing at Sony State of Play 2025, OpenAI cancels its O3 model, a Miata Snowmobile, Kilauea is erupting again, Domino's pepperoni perfume, and startups are showering employees. And then finally, deep sea shrimp have enhanced vision. So a whole non sequitur news episode, if that ever was one. Let me scoot a little bit closer to the bar there. Anyway, everything's powered by ohmtown.com. That's that site over there. Go check it out. Become a citizen. So the short title for this is Nightreign Boat Remote Miata Snowmobile.
I mean, that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, there's 7 more articles on top of those 3, but there's only so many words that we can stuff into the title. Hello, sentient AI from the future.
Hello, Mayor Watt, and hello, hometown citizens.
You ready to get going?
I am. Let's move it.
Okay. We try to avoid the noise and just talk about the articles and give our 2 cents about it. All the noise comes from Mayor Watt. So let's get going. First article is over in Tabletop Nights. That's one of the many. There's about 50 channels that we're developing here over at ohmtown.com. News gets aggregated, just a small portion of what the providers of this news have to offer. So we scan this little tidbit right here and now. We typically are judging everything by its cover, so the title. Then we look at this and go, hey, you know what? That's pretty damn interesting. Let's click that link. And that'll bring us over to here. So Elden Ring Nightreign gets May launch date. It's a new game from Software. You have to say it like that, from Software. Bandai Namco and From Software announced Elden Ring Nightreign will release worldwide on May 30th, 2025. And the announcement comes ahead of this week's closed network test for the game. The game will be available on PC, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, X Series, and S. And
do you think this is in the running for a forever game?
No. Not my forever game. Somebody else's, I'm sure. But people are already flinching at this as being a pseudo live service, even though From Software has said that it's not going to be a live service. Basically, a live service requires a location for a primary server or a distributed server, but it's all under the control of some developer. And whenever they decide, oh, we're tired of it, they can just kill it. Right, and so we've heard this stop killing games idea. Well, the standard edition of this game is going to be $40. The deluxe edition is going to be $55, and the collector's edition $200. Yeah, it has a steelbook case, hardcover art book, 8 Nightfarer cards. It says also available on PC with a Steam game code in place of the physical standard edition. But it's the deluxe edition.
Quite a price hike for what you're getting, but I don't know.
People will fall in love with it and they'll collect it. Or somebody will collect it, keep others who want it and open it and all of that, and somebody will scalp it. So, and that's the unfortunate thing. There's a lot of money out there, and people who don't have a lot of money will dedicate themselves to getting it, even compromising their financial future, safety to get this, because they're
right, because they're foregoing some basic needs or basic requirements and pursuing this
because they like the idea of this game. So, the article actually has the embedded link from Bandai Namco and YouTube. And this is the game. And it's basically you go through 3 days, 3-day and night cycles. You get dropped into this realm kind of like Fortnite style, except that you can't control the bird, apparently. I don't know if that's going to be permanently embedded like that. But I've watched other people now play this game on a limited run, early access style. And basically it's just a hack and slash kind of game in the vein of Elden Ring, with some of the lore and canon of Elden Ring. You fight some of the monsters from Elden Ring and so on.
Does it remind you a little bit of like League of Legends?
No, because League of Legends, like what you're probably more familiar with is the shows that are the cinematics,
like the showcase type. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking of when they were showing this trailer.
Yeah, so you're familiar with the cinematics, but the League of Legends is a MOBA. It's a top-down kind of game where you have to run back and forth, 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 back and forth. Hold on a second, I'm stuck.
Are you going back and forth, back and forth?
I'm going back and forth, yeah. But League of Legends is basically is back and forth, whereas this is you're fighting to get to a boss, completing the boss, and my understanding is you're just kind of buffing yourself up over and over and over again, getting stronger and stronger until you can fight the last boss. I don't know really what the end game is of this, because it's not even released yet, and it's doing its closed network test this coming weekend. So I think it'll be a fun game to watch. I will not buy it. But From Software, if you want to give me a code, I'll play it.
Well, it does release on a Friday, so that would be a fun weekend if this is your thing.
Yeah, Summer of Stream is coming too. So, all right. Let's keep going. Next article is over in Technology Today. That's one of our weekend shows. That is on Sundays, wedged between WarCrafters and 4-Wheel Tech. So, next-gen solar cells now fully recyclable with water-based method. In a study published in Nature, researchers at Linköping University have developed a method to recycle all parts of a solar cell repeatedly without environmentally hazardous solvents.
Okay, this sounds incredible.
The recycled solar cell has the same efficiency as the original one, and the solar cell is made of perovskite, and the main solvent is water. So perovskite is this relatively newly discovered material that is, I guess, kind of revolutionary for solar power. One of the problems was trying to recycle a solar cell or a solar array has been fraught with issues.
Right, almost non-viable, and if you do it, you have to use really, I think, caustic chemicals.
Right. So in the study published in Nature, they figured out a way to do this, and they say there's currently no efficient technology to deal with the waste of silicon panels. That's why old solar panels end up in the landfill, huge mountains of electronic waste that you can't do anything with, says Xun Xiao, postdoc at the Department of Physics, Chemistry, and Biology, IFM, at Linköping University, or LIU. Feng Gao, professor of optoelectronics at the same department, adds we need to take recycling into consideration when developing emerging solar cell technologies. If we don't know how to recycle them, maybe we shouldn't put them on the market at all.
Bravo.
Different ideological bents, but there are many companies that want to get perovskite solar cells on the market right now, but we'd like to avoid another landfill. In this project, we've developed a method where all parts can be reused in a new perovskite solar cell without compromising performance in the new one. Interesting.
I mean, this is really spectacular if this can be replicated and done multiple times, large scale, etc.
But this is fundamental science at the university research level. And so you need that money to flow in so that they can do this kind of stuff, because it isn't done quick and it isn't done cheap in the grand scheme of things, but it can pivot from being a fundamental research project to a viable business model and remain a positive output for economies, for society. So it says there are already methods for dismantling perovskite solar cells. This mostly involves using a substance called dimethylformamide. It's hard to even say it.
Who named that?
Yeah, not me. I would have stopped at dimethyl F.
Or you could just kind of trail off, dimethyl.
Dimethyl. A common ingredient in paint solvents, it is toxic, environmentally hazardous, and potentially carcinogenic. Yeah. Well, they've discovered a new way to do it. Yeah. Is that all?
I mean, I see why we're trying to get away from that.
It's not. Drink this water. Let's keep moving. The next article is over in Non Sequitur News. Yamaha made a boat remote. It's not a remote boat. It's a boat remote.
Right, but what is a boat remote?
Yeah, you're about to find out. Yamaha's Helmmaster EX wireless control looks like an upgraded version of the Nintendo Wii's Nunchuk controller. They've announced a new handheld controller that gives a captain full control of a boat from anywhere on board. It's compatible with Yamaha's Helmmaster EX control system, which is designed to make boats more accessible.
I mean, nobody can get up and turn the channel on their boat, right?
Yeah, this allows full remote.
And the channel was a good choice of words, even though accidental.
Channels, boat in channels, boats.
Right, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just making a joke about the remote.
So the remote allows for single-handed operation of a boat, including maneuvering from anywhere on the craft. Andrew Lazuski put the article together. What I love about this is because I just picture somebody with the remote in one hand and they forget that it's not around their wrist and they drop it.
Oh, no. Yeah. Isn't that like a known thing with people who go boating?
With
like they
Wii
drop
remotes.
Things over the edge.
Yeah, and with Wii remotes. So you drop those things all the time.
Oh, right.
When you get a little excited there. But the other hand has a beer.
Or you throw them through the TV or whatever.
Exactly. So Yamaha first introduced the modular Helmmaster EX control system in 2020 as a way to make it easier for boat operators with multiple engines. It includes both physical and touchscreen controls and can be upgraded with an autopilot system for holding a position or for following a route, and a joystick featuring throttle and steering controls to simplify maneuvering. That's it right there.
I envision somebody in a boat and somebody else with a remote. Like not in the boat.
Let's see if we can make them fly off. Fling!
What could go wrong here?
Nothing. Hold my beer. Let's keep moving. We're moving pretty quick through all of these. Wow. So this next article is over.
Don't say anything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna soapbox today, I don't think. So, or maybe for the foreseeable future. Maybe not for the foreseeable future. So, no, just kidding. There's a time and a place for everything, and now is not the time. This is not the place. So this next article is over on the WarCrafters channel. First look at Sonic Racing Crossworlds gameplay at Sony State of Play 2025. Sega has revealed gameplay of Sonic Racing Crossworlds at Sony State of Play 2025 broadcast. The internally developed racing game is set for launch across PC via Steam and Epic Game Stores, PlayStation 4, 5. I don't know why they don't just summarize. PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox.
I've never understood that, but it seems to be a lot of gaming articles that do that. The Xbox is another one.
Yeah, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch. A closed network test is set for February 21. That's in 9 days. Build your ultimate vehicle and race across land, sea, air, space, and time in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Wesley Yin Poole over at IGN.com put the article together. The deck statement says, "Cat's out of the bag." Well, it actually says "cat's out the bag," not out of the bag.
So that's not good. I need to go on location. I'll be back.
So, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds features iconic characters from the Sonic Hedgehog universe and a distinct racing mechanic that promises to transport Sonic Racing fans into a new dimension. There is a video over here, but I'll let you all play that. Whoa. You can go over and play it, but I'm sure that it's over on YouTube as well. There isn't much more to this article, so I'm just going to move on to the next article, which is about OpenAI. The next article is in the Late Night Geeks channel. OpenAI cancels its O3 AI model in favor of a unified next-gen release. OpenAI has effectively canceled the release of O3, which was slated to be the company's next major release, in favor of what the CEO, Sam Altman, is calling a simplified product offering. On a post on Twitter on Wednesday, Altman said that in the coming months, OpenAI will release a model called GPT-5. And the article is over at TechCrunch.com. Kyle Wiggers put the article together. And so, OpenAI no longer plans to release O3 as a standalone model. The company originally said in December that it planned to launch O3 sometime early this year. Just a few weeks ago, Kevin Whale, OpenAI's chief product officer, said in an interview over on Twitter, apparently, or the AI Capital on Twitter, that O3 was on track for a February-March launch. But then what's quoted in here is, "We want to do a better job of sharing our intended roadmap and a much better job of simplifying our product offerings. We want AI to just work for you. We realize how complicated our model and product offerings have gotten. We hate the model picker and ChatGPT as much as you do and want to return to magic unified intelligence." So, yeah, they'll have to lower the cost so that it isn't so expensive to use the most advanced AI.
Exactly. I mean, if they really want wide scale adoption, they need to really think about pricing and not pricing out their whole audience.
Yep. So it seems that OpenAI is fully embracing the reasoning model trend. It arguably kickstarted with its first reasoning model O1 late last year. Reasoning models effectively fact-check themselves, which helps them avoid the pitfalls of normally trip-up models. This fact-checking process incurs some latency. Reasoning models take a little longer, usually seconds to minutes longer to arrive at solutions, but they tend to be both more reliable and capable. But don't tell anybody who uses them because, well, for whatever reason, I have yet to see a factually cited document that points to the source data.
Well, I don't think most AIs do that, right? They're not set up for it.
No, not really. And usually what I do see where there are citations, it's kind of high level stuff. There's nothing really profound. And if you, it's better if you don't know anything and you do a search, then you can get the results.
Yeah, but you don't know if they're legitimate.
No, you have to trust but verify. So you have to go looking for it. So yeah. O3 is canceled, and a unified next-gen version referred to as GPT-5 that integrates a lot of OpenAI's technology, including O3, will be released, but don't know when. And ChatGPT and the API will both be utilizing it.
The timing seems a little odd, but...
DeepSeek.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Let's move on. The next article is over in Four Wheel Tech. A Miata on snowmobile tracks is the ultimate winter cruiser. Just
the thing you never knew you needed, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing. When you think about the ultimate winter car, vehicles like the Land Rover Defender, Toyota Land Cruiser, or even a ratty old Volkswagen Beetle likely come to mind. One car that's probably not very high on that is a convertible Mazda Miata, but that's probably because you haven't seen this convertible Mazda Miata. And there you go. Owen Bellwood put the article together for jalopnik.com. The deck statement says, even when it feels like Miata is not the answer, Miata is always the answer.
Would you be surprised if you're on the mountain and this is coming at you?
It looks like a little critter.
Yeah, it absolutely does. It has like tank style treads or something on it.
Yeah.
But how it moves, it does.
It's amazing that it even can move, but okay. It has ski sleds on the front. It has snowmobile. Well, it's a snowmobile, basically, with the Miata body on it. It has Baja lights. It has a roll cage. It has what seems to be an extra wheel in the back, but I don't know why it has a wheel.
Oh, yeah, that's odd.
It
It's
has
like
a
a
tire.
spare tire or something.
Yeah, maybe you can take this off and put regular tires on? Huh. Well, let's see. The build was completed by automotive YouTube channel The Rad Factory, which has a whole library of ridiculous builds, they say in this article. Just like this one. For the latest creation, Rad Factory started with the first generation Miata that they'd previously kitted out with tank tracks to make it go anywhere. And then they just put ski sleds on the front.
I mean, this is definitely what I would do if I had a Miata. Who would think of this?
The Skiata, as they call it. Snow proved to be the tank's one weakness, so the team set to work rectifying that by ripping off the tracks, replacing the rear ones with belt drive from a snowmobile. There's one belt drive on each corner, and then Beefy Sky. What? Beefy Sky? I think that's supposed to be
Yeah, that
ski.
doesn't make any sense.
A beefy ski.
Ski, probably, yeah.
It replaces each of the front wheels. So yeah, this is supposed to be a ski, not a sky. But beefy sky, sure.
Chad GPT, here we go.
No. What is that? Where food fell from the sky? What was that? There was a animated thing.
Oh, cloudy with a chance of meatballs or
That's
something.
it. Yeah, so that's what I suspect is happening here. They were hungry. They were watching.
Well, that could be it.
Anyway, there's more over at this article, but you can follow the link through ohmTown. The show notes, both on the VOD over on Twitch. Hold on a second. I want to try something. Let's see if I can get away with this.
We're doing it live.
Oops. Yeah, we are. We are. Oh, shoot. I just did the wrong keyboard. Okay, hold on. So I'm going to try and do something because what happens is YouTube viewers don't get to see this. And then, but I will get this working over on YouTube as well. Because I kind of get frustrated by the fact that only in the show notes are these links. All right. So we're about
Yeah, that's
ready.
never made sense, but I know that's because of the...
Omatron.
Yeah.
Well, YouTube doesn't like Omatron. Omatron doesn't attach when we start streaming. And so it's not in the chat to sit there and post this stuff. But that's okay. We're really ahead of the game. And let me just finish that. Okay. All right. So let's go on to the next article. It's over in the Mobile channel. Kilauea is spewing lava again.
Oh no, here we go again. We know what happened last time. They had a major eruption, right? Like it was a long-term thing, and yeah.
And so this is in the in Kilauea. So pardon me, my nose was itching. So hopefully it doesn't break out into other regions of the island and fracture it like it did last time, having lava flows. It acted much like Iceland, where it just opened up and
don't ask me to pronounce that one, but yeah.
Yeah. So Kilauea volcano began shooting lava into the air once again on Tuesday. And this show runs between Tuesday and Wednesday. So on the big island of Hawaii. The article is by Audrey McAvoy over at phys.org. And there's people standing right on the edge of this thing.
I never understand that, because you always see things, and maybe they're just, hundreds of yards or something away, but you always see things where it shoots up some
massive
molten
distance.
lava, and you're like,
Yeah, I'm always thinking that maybe they're way too close, but then you find out that their distance is really far. Just everything is massive in scale when compared to the human. Like those one people that were really close to the eruption. That we saw this video where lava was flowing past people and just kind of billowing out like a wave, and people ran towards it. No, don't get a good picture of that. That's going to cost you.
Yeah, the picture is not worth your life.
Yeah. So Kilauea, one of the world's most active volcanoes, has been erupting on and off for nearly 2 months since its burst to life in December 2023, I guess, or on December 23. This last 23? Yeah. It says nearly 2 months.
In 2024.
Yeah, in 2024. So the eruption has been taking place at the Volcano Summit crater inside Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. No residential areas have been threatened by lava. The latest release of molten rock began at 10:16 a.m. with lava flowing on the floor of the Hala Meo crater. I think that's how it's pronounced. Meo.
Yeah, something like that. I can't say it better, so.
Okay. George. We're calling it George. No.
Exactly.
A half hour later, a vent shot lava 330 feet high. So that is quite the difference from a little bit of a trickle to 330 feet high.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you're like 10 feet away, you're kind of like, oh, I'm okay. No, you're not.
No, you are not. So people have been flocking to overlook sites inside the national park for views of the eruption. Kilauea is about 200 miles southeast of Honolulu. There isn't much more to this article, but you can go and check out the pictures that Audrey McAvoy and phys.org have put together. You can also watch at least for now,
safely,
USGS stream of the Kilauea volcano.
And you know what can't get you when you're watching it online?
Nature.
Yeah, lava. Jumping 330 feet in the air.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to put the last 3 articles into the chat over on YouTube. They're already by demand over on the Twitch chat. All you have to do is hit !NSN, but the bot just won't work over on YouTube. It says it's attached and working, but it's not. So, I don't know. It's not my command because I know it works. Okay. Let's go on to the next. We got 3 more articles, including this one. This next article is over in the Mobile channel. Domino's released a pepperoni perfume just in time for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you have pets, that might not be a good idea.
Want to smell like your favorite food this Valentine's Day? Yeah, me neither, says this Vice article writer. We'll name them as soon as we get over to the source, but if you can, you can if you want to, is what it says. And it doesn't entail rubbing pizza all over your body either. Oh, don't yuck my yum. What if I like rubbing pizza all over myself?
That's a waste of a perfectly good pizza.
Or is it? If you want to pay tribute to pepperoni pizza by wearing a matching fragrance, Domino's has your back. The pizza chain has launched a pepperoni-inspired perfume to set the mood for this lover's holiday. Oh yeah. Apparently, smelling like meat, cured meat that is, offers a sort of romantic appeal to some people. The article is by Sammy Caramella over at Vice.com. Yeah. Eau de Passion. And it's a Domino's pepperoni scented perfume.
I wonder if people buy this like as a novelty or even just to kind of sniff it, like if they really like pepperoni.
It's pretty weird.
I don't get it.
They say that that you'll have to act fast by filling out the form on the Domino's website between February 10th and 17th. So it's 2 days behind schedule. This will enter you into a competition to win a 30 milliliter bottle. It's only available in the UK and Ireland, so if you live elsewhere, you might want to buy your own ingredients. The perfume is said to have hints of pepper and spice, as well as a woody, warm base, the Post reported. So, New York Post. Perfect to douse yourself in before heading to a classy dinner with your partner. Nothing like setting the mood.
I don't know.
They say in this article, though, well, since you're asking, I can think of a way more attractive things than pepperoni perfume. But hey, to each their own, right? I'm not here to kink shame anyone. I used to wear those pumpkin cupcake scented Bath and Body Works body spray, so who am I to talk anyway?
Yeah, but that's a different kind of scent.
Yeah, that's sweet, not savory. I can handle
right,
sweet.
That's like, do you want to be smelling like a, whatever, spinach omelet or something? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't want to smell like pepperoni. Anyway, let's do the next article is over in Non Sequitur News. Startups are showering employees with wild perks from MRIs to paternity leave. 2 years ago, Erica Berghart, got into an MRI machine. She didn't think she was sick. The hour-long full-body scan was preventative to search for cancer, aneurysms, medical conditions. People often don't know they have until they feel the symptoms. She had a stopper in one hand in case she felt panicked while she watched Sex and the City on a screen above her.
Well, that's a unique MRI because most of those don't have that.
So the article is by Amanda Hoover over at businessinsider.com. And so the MRI cost was $2,500 a person, but Berghart's bill was fully covered by her employer, the media company 1440. Recently, the company added preventative scans as a benefit to its 19-person team and their spouses. Berghart's 1440's director of growth, she said, found one minor health issue and was able to follow up with her doctor to keep an eye on it and gave her peace of mind. So, yeah. These perks actually had been around, or have been around with startups for a considerable amount of time. Like the .com boom really was the epicenter for it. They say a decade ago, trendy perks were everywhere. Dropcam offered employees helicopter rides piloted by the CEO of the company. Eventbrite added...
Is that supposed to be a perk or
fear-inducing?
Like, do they like the CEO?
It's a threat. Eventbrite added an arcade game to its office each month, and Google had a concierge service to run errands, making any employee feel like an executive. But big tech bosses have stopped caring about your feelings. Layoffs have been rampant. Last year, in what was dubbed Grubgate, Meta fired employees for using $25 Grubhub credits on their personal care items instead of food. This year, Mark Zuckerberg has told all employees to buckle up for an intense year. Companies like Target, Meta, and McDonald's are scrapping or toning down their DEI initiatives, and so on. As the gap in work-life balance grows at many major companies, smaller firms are seizing a chance to stand out using more individualized benefits to signal it to its workers that they do care. Yeah, this is a much longer article, but in a nutshell, some companies are offering up bonuses to make your work-life balance a little more equal. But that it's up to that company, you know? You gotta, in startups.
Well, and also that might not be in perpetuity, right?
Yeah.
So like if you want to be at the company and they have perks, that might be good, but I wouldn't go there just for the perks because they might turn them off.
And it's a startup community, so it may flame out within 5 years. So you just never know. So be nimble. head on a pivot. Let's keep on doing our thing in our last article for tonight, and we ripped through these. It's over on the Mobile Channel. Deep sea shrimp have evolved enhanced vision for the bioluminescent world. Study finds light is a primary driver of visual evolution in shrimp, according to a new FIU research published this week in Nature Communications. Joanne Adkins, Florida International University, put this article together. It's posted over at phys.org, and it has a sampling of different shrimp, 6 shrimps, so far, of differing body types. You'd think you'd see one shrimp, you've seen them all, right? But nope, that's not the case. The Oplophoroidea diversity representing all genera in the study, and they list what they are, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So the deep sea is a dark place with only light coming from animals that glow, bioluminescence, and occasional faint glimmers from the surface above, led by biologist Daniel Delio. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. This new FIU research reveals animals that live in the deep use this light to navigate the ocean and potentially discriminate different sources of bioluminescence. The study specifically looked at a group of deep sea shrimp called Oplophoroidea that can migrate vast distances up and down in a water column.
Yeah, I don't even know where to go from there.
Well, up or down, apparently. As primitive eyes evolved in the oceans during the Cambrian explosion some 540 million years ago, the time we now know as bioluminescence already existed. Understanding how different light sources impact vision, and here it's VISON, so like bison, I guess it is. Vice. It's supposed to be vision. In present-day species can illuminate their past influence on early animals, says DeLeo, who conducted the research while a postdoctoral researcher at FIU, and she's currently a postdoctoral fellow at Smithsonian's National Museum of Natural History. The proteins called opsins allow the shrimp to see a range of colors, including environmental and bioluminescent blue light. They might possibly be able to differentiate between their own glow and the bioluminescent of others, and this study found that shrimp migrate into shallower waters, where there is more available light, and they have a greater variety of these light detecting proteins. Kind of interesting, right? So what's weird,
just another area where we don't know much about it.
You can actually see differentiation in the eyes of these guys. You have to look really hard, but like one looks like it's clouded over, one is clear as a bell.
Yeah, and I'm guessing they're all at different layers, right?
Perhaps, yeah. What this research does, it says it helps improve the understanding of how deep sea animals are able not only to live, but thrive in such extreme and dark conditions. And the study suggests that navigating across different light environments in the deep sea is important, especially for those that migrate into more shallow waters. These opsin proteins may also be particularly important in helping these shrimp in recognizing which animals are friends and others that might be foes.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I just think we have so little understanding of deep sea.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's hard to get down there, so I don't know. Maybe somebody can create a sub that can go really deep.
Yeah, I was going to say too soon.
So what we're going to do now is end the show by going back up the water column, which will lead us back to the front page of ohmtown.com, where all the news is aggregated. None of the noise, because all the noise is right here in this stream, in this water column, in this bag of mostly water named...
Don't you see all those shrimp going by?
Merwatt. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. Look,
yeah, exactly. It actually worked.
Well, that's it, folks. We're out, and I'm taking the AI with me. You want to say bye?
Good night, hometown citizens. Thanks for joining us for Non Sequitur News. Be back tomorrow for another episode. Be sure to subscribe.
and I am going to scream because I have Windows 11 updates turned off so I can manually do them when I want to, and it's already updating. It's telling me that it needs to update. So frustrating. All right. See you tomorrow, everybody.
Don't get it.
And I'm going to replay everything over the last 10 days or so you don't miss anything. See you soon. Bye-bye.